My name is Ville Vesterinen. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Grey Area. Grey Area is a Finnish games company. We have our first title out called Shadow Cities. It's only out in Finland, and we opened it in November. It shot right up to on top of App Store, and now we're looking into rolling it out in the US in the near future.
Yeah, and I'm Peter. I'm the Mighty Eagle at Rovio, and we made this little game called Angry Birds.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but basically, we're here to talk about mobile gaming, which has become kind of the universal thing that everybody's talking about. It's no longer all for guys playing games in their basement. It's about much more than that. So I want to kind of talk about, the premise of both of your games and what you think makes them successful.
Sure.
You want to start, Ville?
Yeah, sure. So Shadow Cities is what we're doing with Shadow Cities is building a new type of a games category in itself. So it's very immersive, connected experience. It's a location-based MMORPG, currently only for iOS, where the phone is constantly connected. It's multiplayer. You see all the players around you, understand the environment, the surrounding. So kind of taking the games to a larger context, understanding games in a context of a city, and how those two feed into each other.
It's all about providing great experience, and Angry Birds is all about that. It's a great game, and it's made for touch devices. It's character-driven, story-driven to some extent. So it's a great game, and it's experiences typically have very little to do with technology, and
Right.
It's just like simple, easy to pick up, very difficult to put down, and I think that's kind of been true for all like the big games throughout history. That kind of like simple works.
Shadow Cities in itself, if you compare it to, for example, Angry Birds, it's like fellow Finns have executed it amazingly. So what we're trying to do, and where we like how we look at the space, the game space, we really sit on the kind of bleeding edge, what you can do with the technology, and also so when you open up the game, what you see is this like a dystopic game world, Shadow Cities, right? You use the device as how we portray it. It's like a magical device through which you can see a parallel world. And in this world, the spirits, there's fellow mages, you're a techno mage in that world. You belong one of the two teams. You're either an architect or an animator. And what you want to do is conquer the city back, neighborhood by neighborhood. And how we look at it is we look at the location space on a neighborhood level. So we think that location, especially in games, it's much more than just say collection of Starbucks cafes. Mm-hmm. Every city, every neighborhood has a personality, right? So it's like a football team. If you're gonna take over my neighborhood, I'm like, no way, ain't happening. so you want to defend that, and we have built the kind of the 3D world. It's a very abstract. So it attracts to a lot of people. There's a lot of women, a lot of girls playing it as well. So there's not this definitive characters, kind of like, these guys have the bird that everybody can recognize. But how we look at it is we want to make it that it's you who's playing the game. It's your city, it's your neighborhood, it's familiar streets, and kind of build the experience around that.
That's interesting.
If you look at games like Tetris, Tetris has been around for 20 years, and it's been kind of downloaded like 100 million times, so almost as many times as Angry Birds.
Right.
And again, Mario has been around for 25 years, and it's still Mario is going strong. Nintendo keeps adding a lot of like cool new games into the series all the time. So what we're building with Angry Birds is something that we think will last for a very, very long time, and 10, 20 years shouldn't be a problem.
Right. And do you think that the new Angry Birds movie coming out is going to kind of help propel the story?
Yeah, right now we're working in a lot of different areas. So on the movie front, of course we're looking at kind of like what we can do ourselves there, but we also teamed up with 20th Century Fox around the Rio movie. That's from the makers of Ice Age. And we made Angry Birds Rio that is coming out 22nd of March. So that will definitely help take Angry Birds to even kind of like higher spheres, if you will, and kind of like in totally new areas. So we're kind of like of the feeling that we're only getting started. So it's kind of like very early days for us.